Hi, I'm Sherry with Michaels and Associates, and today I'm choosing to talk a little bit about the Addie framework for instructional design and how we, as instructional designers, problem solve within that framework. So it's kind of a mixed thing of problem solving and choosing a framework and choosing to use all the instructional design tools that we've been taught, but that's kind of what we do in our jobs. So let's take a little look at the Addie model. Um, we at Michaels and Associates have been using the Addie model in an iterative fashion since we began. And the reason we did that is as I went through my work, although it was always portrayed as a waterfall, I realized that the way we were working with our clients made it iterative. And I'll show you why. When we sit with our clients and they come to us with what they feel are their pain points and what they feel they want to accomplish by working through us, we sit down with them and we analyze what they say their issues are, and then we probe a little bit to find out more about those issues and flesh out those issues so that we know what we're dealing with. And the reason we do that is that consultants don't know the lay of the land inside an environment, most generally, unless we've worked with them for a very long time. So we want to make sure that our proposals and findings and prescriptions are accurate and that they meet the need. The only way that we can truly be diagnostic in our approach is to keep probing and find out what really is at issue. So we do a lot of upfront analysis for every statement of pain. So we may, in the process of this analysis, start to brainstorm some design ideas, start to put together some ideas about modalities and media and how they might fit. And every company is different. So some things may not be appropriate for each and every environment. And for that reason, we may go right back to analysis and go, well, surveys aren't going to work. So why don't we try X? And what do you think about this idea? And well, does this solve the problem here, or do we need to be creative and think about some other things to solve that problem? So we may slide back and forth between analysis and design very fluidly until we finalize the design. Now, we're hoping as outside contractors and consultants, we only do this a few times so that we nail the design. But still, I wanted to point out that is a point of iteration. So then as we move from design into development, once again, because we work collaboratively with our clients, we start developing and we let them review. And if they feel in the process between design and development that something needs tweaking, then we'll go back to design and we'll tweak that design and come back into development again. Again, we're hoping that we keep this to a minimum because we hope that once we've done all that work and analysis and design and gone through that iterative process there, that we've nailed it. Then we finish the development and we present our concept, or now our concept, our results, and give it to the client to evaluate the work, of course. And the client generally does the actual implementation of it. And they may go a couple of months of implementation as they evaluate the results as it's deployed out into their company. They may come back to us finding that something didn't work in their environment as they had felt it might. And in that case, we'll tweak it. And we may start all the way back into analysis to find what they found and see what really was the problem there. That doesn't happen very often because quite normally what we do is we go through the cycle up through to their initial evaluation and then their implementations. We aren't really in on the implementation, most generally speaking, but we're along for most of the rest of the ride. So that's how we have worked with Addie as a framework for doing our problem-solving approach of instructional design as it rolls out into a client environment. Not everybody's going to do it this way. This is not a hard and fast rule of how you do things. This is just the way we do. And we do it this way because we find that with our clients, a simplified approach is most effective. It's faster. It is iterative. And additionally, it allows client feedback along the benchmarks of the framework, so that we can bring some order into what might be a somewhat chaotic environment. So that's how we use Addie. There's a lot of frameworks and models and all kinds of things out there. And if you have questions about them, we're happy to talk about them. But this is what we do for now. And it might not even work in every single client. We may use SAM for another implementation, but typically this works for us. It can be very rapid, and it should be fairly rapid. And it always affords us the ability to meet deadlines and be on time and under budget. So that's why we go for it. So if you have any questions, please reach out. Let us know what kinds of questions you have, what topics you'd like us to address, and I hope your week's a good one.